Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is student affairs at Tennessee State University, and we're fortunate to have with us as our guest this morning to talk about student affairs at Tennessee State University, the Vice President for Student Affairs at Tennessee State University, Mr. Thomas J. Martin. And Vice President Martin, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be a participant on your show.
Very well. You know, Vice President Martin, we've talked about Tennessee State University on this show on a number of occasions.
Yes.
And we've talked about various aspects of it. And today what we'd like to do is to look at that broad area that falls under your jurisdiction known as student affairs, and to talk about that. But now, before we get into that, let's talk about Thomas Martin and have you to give our viewers some information about your background and your education and some of the things that you were involved in before you became Vice President for Student Affairs, and indeed that prepared you for the Vice President for Student Affairs at Tennessee State University. Let's talk about that, and then we'll talk about Tennessee State University and Student Affairs.
Thank you very much. I graduated from Stillman College. That's a very small Presbyterian institution in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And it's in that place where I feel that I got some of my most positive higher education experiences. I did my graduate work at the University of Alabama. I served as a high school science teacher and high school basketball coach for several years in my background. I served as a part-time faculty in 2 junior colleges. In addition, I taught part-time at Stillman College as a professional. I served as both acting executive director and associate executive director of the Alabama Consortium for the Development of Higher Education. And my office was placed at the University of Alabama by the college presidents with whom I served. I left the University of Alabama and took a position with a gentleman named Jim Vickery, president of the University of Montevallo in Montevallo, Alabama. And I accepted the position at Tennessee State in the summer of 1991.
Very good. And so you've been at Tennessee State University since
For approximately 6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
Very good. You know, when we talk about Tennessee State University, I know that all of our viewers within this area are very, very familiar with that institution, but let's say a few words about Tennessee State University as an institution before we deal with the area of the student affairs. What about Tennessee State University?
Well, I think we're a very fine institution. I knew a lot about Tennessee State prior to accepting employment at the institution. It's well known throughout the world, well known throughout America. It's highly reputable as a historically black institution. It's a very positive campus climate. My experiences there have been very positive, and I believe that the institution has a lot to offer.
Mm-hmm. Very good. You know, when we talk about student affairs, and of course that is your area, how many students are we dealing with, and what have you witnessed over the last 6 years in terms of when you came to Tennessee State University in 1991 and where Tennessee State University is today in 1997? Sort of give us sort of from your point of view and from your impression, having dealt with students all of this time, sort of an evaluation in terms of Tennessee State University and student affairs in that particular period.
Well, you know, the university has undergone a major capital planning project, and it's almost completed. At least one stage of that has been completed. When I came to Tennessee State in 1991, the development had just begun. I think the new buildings, the new campus environment, both have been very positive for both the Nashville community and is viewed throughout higher education as a very fine institution. I noticed dilapidated buildings when I first got there. You won't find that to be the case today. Our students are very positive. My experiences when I first came here suggested that there was a lot of work to be done. And I think we've done a lot of work since coming there. And I've viewed many, many positive things with which I currently brag. And I hope that's okay to do. We enroll students from all over America. We are a very diverse campus. In fact, we are one of the most diverse institutions in the state of Tennessee, and I believe in America. A faculty and staff that's 50-50. We serve students from urban areas in the country. A good portion of our students, if not more than half, are out-of-state students. We have slightly more females than males, as is the case now in higher education. And we have about 30% of our students are minority students. We have about 48 to 49 foreign countries represented, so we are internationalized. So that gives you a fairly good perspective of the students that we serve. Our students are very good. We have excellent students in all of the colleges and schools that we have. I have enjoyed working with them. And I'm constantly telling people about the institution, and I enjoy talking to graduates.
Now, when you look at student affairs in a sort of a formal kind of way at an institution of higher education, exactly what are the areas that we're concerned with, and what do you find in those areas that seem to be some of the most challenging things that you have to deal with on a daily basis?
Yeah. Well, let me just share, let me give you some idea of the division. The Division of Student Affairs includes residential life. That in itself is a challenge. We enrolled students that, for the most part, want to live on campus. In fact, I think I can accurately say that we have a higher percent of residents than any other school in the Tennessee Border region. Meaning that we have the challenge of making certain that campus life is positive, that it's high quality, that we have activities and programs that sufficiently serve our students in the residence. We need to make certain that the campus is safe and that it's positive, that students don't have to worry about crime and rape and some of the other concerns that perhaps contributed to the need for the federal Campus Safety Act that you all know about. The Career Development Center, I believe to be one of the finest centers around. We put a lot into that, a tremendous investment.
Now, what do you do in that center? I mean,
well, it's a career planning and placement center. We really help students to gain employment. Not only do we do that, but we also assist students in getting into graduate and professional programs. It's highly computerized, very modern. We have excellent staff there. Also, we have the counseling center with the psychiatrists, with excellent counselors. We have a broad number of student activities in the area of student activities. Of course, you have student government associations, students that are involved in the governance of the institution. It's very active. Our students are participants in decision-making at the university. We also have all of the federal TRIO programs, that's talent search, student support services, and Upward Bound. Security at Tennessee State is under student affairs, and I find that to be a very positive situation, because this helps to develop a good relationship between our students and the security officers that provide that safe environment. That's very much what we want to happen. In addition to that, as you know, financial aid was under student affairs. It has been now transferred to business affairs. We also have athletics. And that, as you know, is a very broad area.
And of course, I think, Vice President Martin, that is a topic in itself. And of course, what we'll do, and we want to talk about that, but we've got our first commercial break coming up. And after we have our first commercial break, then we'll come back, and we want you to think about what you want our audience to know about athletics, because we do want to look at that as a question coming out of your office of student affairs. And of course, we'll be back with you following this short commercial break.